Hope you had an enjoyable 2021 Institute Day. Again, I'd like to thank you all. Thank again to the Institute Day Committee, all our colleagues who shared their experiences throughout the day, our keynote, Dr. Allison Jackson, the Technology Department, and the Communications Department for making today's Institute Day meaningful as we celebrated transformations of the year. I'd like to begin this afternoon's presentation by introducing our school board president, Mr. Tony Serratore.
Thank you, Dr. Gay. Good afternoon, everyone. As we near the end of the 2021 school year, most of us are probably grateful that it is almost over. What a nightmare, or at best, a bad movie that we have been watching. But it is not possible that this year was reality. But no matter what it was, it will soon be over, and we can forget this year and move on. Rather than forget this year, however, we should embrace it and remember it for all the good, yes, I did say good, that occurred. This year pushed us to our limits. It forced us to think way outside the box. It required us to reinvent ourselves in the way we teach, provide support, and even serve meals. In 2019, we were so excited that remote learning was going to be the answer to snow days. Little did we know that it was going to become the normal method of teaching. Everyone has had to adapt to a new normal that seems to change every single day. For some, this was very uncomfortable, even frightening, while others accepted it with open arms. But however you handled this year, you've been there for your students. You were there when we brought them back to the classroom. You were there when they needed their extracurricular activities. You were there to go outside the classroom and congratulate our graduating seniors, welcome our incoming freshmen, and provide support and meals to our students in need. You were there just to listen. You once again exemplified what 230 is all about. Doing what is best for our students. Would it have been easier to teach remotely all year and to wait to bring our students back, as other districts have done? Of course, but that is not the District 230 way. We don't follow others. We lead others. Once again, 230 led the way in demonstrating how to bring our students back to the classroom in a safe way. Our students needed to be back, and we did what was necessary to make that happen. Once again, Dr. James Gay has led the way. In his 15 years as our superintendent, Dr. Gay has led by example. Our students always come first. He established the superintendent advisory committees at all 3 schools to talk with and listen to our students' thoughts and ideas. And a number of these suggestions have been implemented, throughout the years because he listened and knew that these ideas were important to our students. During his tenure, all of our schools have been ranked among not only the best in the state, but in the nation. Realtors tell us that one of the top reasons people give for buying in this area is our great schools. At job fairs, the longest lines are for 230. While Dr. Gay will never take credit for his accomplishments, it was under his leadership that 230 has become recognized as a true leader and innovator among school districts across the state. His constant desire to make our schools better, his willingness to listen and change, and his love for our district are always topmost when decisions are made. Dr. Gay has been a mentor to many and has had a positive impact on numerous members of this district, no matter what their role, including board members. His mentorship enabled 230 to hire a new superintendent, new principal, 2 associate principals, and a new assistant superintendent of educational services without going outside the district. This is the kind of leader he is, making others better and providing them the opportunities to grow. June 30th will be a bittersweet day in our district as Dr. Gay officially retires. He leaves a legacy of excellence. Despite all that he has accomplished, I am sure if you ask him how he wants to be remembered, he would probably say something as simple as, I worked hard every day and was a small piece in a much larger puzzle. I will miss working with Dr. Gay. He has been a mentor to me and has assisted so much in my growth as a board member and my understanding of the inner workings of this district. And before I close, I'd like to tell a story about Dr. Gay that I've told before. Some of you have heard of it, and I'll probably tell a few more times before June 30th. But this story truly shows the type of person that he is. As we all know, Dr. Gay is a superintendent that loves to participate in and attend student activities. When he was principal at Andrew, Dr. Gay would attend the state band championships every year in Bloomington. In 2004, 16 years ago, is that possible? We were much younger then. My son was a member of the band, and Dr. Gay apologized to the band members because he could not attend the preliminary competition because, I know this is hard to believe, he was going to attend one of his own children's events. But he told the band, please make the finals because I'm going to be there. They did make the finals. And while we were sitting in the stands waiting for the finals to begin, we heard a voice from outside the stadium. And the voice was asking us, how do I get in? And have you guys competed yet? Well, of course, it was Dr. Gay. And he had made it in time to watch the band participate in the finals. He didn't have to come. And he was not even sure if we had made the finals because 16 years ago, we all didn't have cell phones. He could have attended his child's event, gone home and been with his family. But you see, the students at Andrew were also Dr. Gay's family. Believe me, the students really appreciated him being there. This is Dr. Gay, everything for family. In 2004, it was Andrew. For the last 15 years, it has been all of District 230. Thank you, Dr. Gay. You truly have made all of District 230 extremely proud.
Thank you, Mr. Saratori. I appreciate everything you've said, and I do remember climbing over the fence to get at the event too. I didn't have a ticket, so I kind of climbed over the fence and got in, but it was a great event. I'd like to thank everybody as I begin, just taking some time to listen to a few remarks I have as I lead the district. It's been, you know, a real strong part of my life for a long time. So I promised myself I'll do best I can, but it's hard to believe that I'm participating in my last Institute Day here at District 230. It's very surreal, especially because I would like nothing better to see all of your faces, to give the thank you that is so appropriate for all that we've created these past 21 years. Honor the past, embrace the present, create the future. These are phrases you're probably sick of me hearing from me that I've said in my 15 years as superintendent. These are phrases that meant a great deal to me as we prepared students for their future. We built an amazing school district on what the educators, families, and students created before us. in order to provide the best education for our students entrusted in our care today. And we have created a future for those who will follow us in District 230 as we honor the newly tenured teachers this morning. Today, as I prepare to graduate, finally, I guess, with the class of 2021, these phrases hold a very special meaning to me personally and professionally. And I'm going to show my age here. I'm reminded of an REO Speedwagon song called Roll with the Changes, where they say, oh, turn some pages. I've reflected on the pages of my education story quite a bit as I've prepared for retirement. I've turned quite a few pages in my 37-year career, some good, some bad, some scary, but each page had a lesson to be learned. Interestingly enough, all those years were spent in high school, all my 37 years. The impact of my own high school years at St. Lawrence and the 37 years I've spent working in education have been a vital part to my life. I guess it took me 37 years to finally graduate. Clearly, it's the relationships along the way that have made my journey so rewarding. It's a story that began when I was inspired to pursue education by a history teacher while I was at St. Lawrence High School. And I still remember his name, Mr. Mangan, Mr. Tom Mangan. I knew when I was sitting in his US history class, that someday I wanted to be like him, a teacher. Pursuing that career has turned out to be a lifetime of happiness and fulfillment. While in high school, I met my wife, Renee. And as a good Irish Catholic, 10 years later, we got married. And she's been the most important person alongside me throughout our story. After graduating Northern Illinois, I secured my first teaching job at De La Salle Institute on the south side of Chicago. And I've shared many stories with you about my years at De La Salle, working with those amazing young students. But I want to share one story quickly. When I was a first-year teacher, being a good private high school, we had 41 permanent desks in the classroom. No movement, we don't have to move those desks around. So I taught 5 US history classes, 40 kids in a class. And I went down to the assistant principal, Brother Thomas Johnson. I said, brother, I have just got my 41st student in the class, and I'm good. I'm so happy to have a job. I said, I'm good, but what do I do? He goes, Jim, God would not give you 41 desks if you did not want 41 students in your classroom. So I immediately walked out of the office as a 23-year-old. I was not going to argue with that statement. But for the next 16 years at De La Salle, I was a teacher, a coach, a sponsor, assistant principal, and for 10 years, their proud principal. But in the summer of 2000, I received a call from Russ Cuscio, a name from the past for some of you. He was the current principal of Stagg High School, probably not soon before Eric, to share with me that there was an assistant principal position open at Andrew High School and that I should apply. To be quite honest, as a Southside boy from Chicago, I was not too sure where Tinley Park even was. But since Russ was my high school counselor, I felt I had to listen to his advice. Long story short, I applied and my D230 adventure began. An adventure that I'm so grateful for, and have been truly blessed to have been able to play a small part in your lives and the D230 story. Over the past 21 years, I've been able to serve you as assistant principal and principal of Andrew. A short stint as deputy superintendent. That was fun. They always said I had the one bullet, I guess, whatever, but I had my little desk. It was fine. Thanks God, it was just a year. Bob, you can thank me that it's not happening. And for the past 15 years, the most proud superintendent in the state of Illinois. A position I never dreamed of, never. But every day I've been more than humbled to serve you with passion and conviction because I truly believe in you. Throughout my years as superintendent, I've been blessed to have the opportunity to work with amazing school boards, teachers, staff, students, and families who truly care for the entire District 230 family. Now, while we might not always agree about some of the decisions that had to be made, but in the end, It always came down to what was best for our students, families, and community. Because I truly believe in our heart of hearts, we all believed in one thing: providing the best educational opportunity for our students, for each of our students, especially during this past year in the pandemic. To always be committed to the staff and students entrusted to our care at this moment in time has been a key point of my tenure. The pages of my professional story have centered on the fact that we are in a profession that will only be successful if we believe in one another, trust in one another, and most importantly, truly care for one another. That has been the cornerstone of the S4 plan. Throughout my tenure here, I've always been amazed by the connections our staff make with each other and our students. I have been blessed to have been able to create lifetime relationships with staff and board members that are clearly focused on developing the whole child, body, mind, and spirit. Be assured that is not the norm in education across the state, but it is here at District 230. And that is something I will miss witnessing on a daily basis. I will miss seeing your interactions with one another and our students in and out of the classroom. I will miss working with our amazing school board that is always willing to make the tough decisions that in turn make our district better and stronger. I will miss working with the association leaders as we look out for the best interests of our staff and students. I will miss walking the halls of our schools and having impromptu conversations with you. I will miss the everyday interactions of my district office colleagues. I will miss our student advisory meetings where I hear them speak so highly of each and every one of you. I will miss after-school activities, plays, musicals, sporting events, club activities, and yes, even an all-school assembly. I will miss telling your story across the state. The bottom line is, I will miss you. As I prepare to turn the pages to retirement, I'm excited about the future. I look forward to traveling with Renee and my kids, and hopefully someday have grandchildren in the future. And I look forward to the future of District 230 under Dr. Bob Nolting's leadership with the full support of the school board. I'm certain that the future of Sandburg, Stagg, and Andrew High School is in great hands with Bob and his team. And over the next couple of weeks, I plan on being in the buildings as much as possible, if you'll have me, to visit with you and our students as this crazy year comes to an end. But in case I don't have the chance to personally speak to you, I feel it's imperative to say that a day has not gone by that I've not been proud and humbled to serve as your superintendent. I cherish the friendships that I've made along the way. And as I turn the pages of my journey, please know that you will be forever part of my life story. You have always made me D230 proud. And I said, thank you for taking time to allow me to share some of my thoughts with you. And I hope you have a great weekend. Thanks very much.